Alex. So what I wanted to do with this particular episode was talk about or more so highlight the beginning of Ask Rome, the YouTube series. And I appreciate you guys honing in with me this long. You know what I'm saying? More content to come, other great things coming from us at J.E.T.Sense and Ask Rome. But I wanted to take time to highlight this episode to show the beginning and just some of the best moments of Ask Rome. So without further ado, check it out. This is the best of Ask Rome YouTube series.
What made podcasting something I wanted to do? All right, so for those who don't know, I'm shy, like for real, like the real me, the real Romy Mac, like behind all of this stuff, doing the podcasting from original days. I'm shy as fuck, and I've been that way since I was a kid. Somehow along the way, I picked up some traits that allowed me to kind of mask the shyness. But the best way to put this, the best way to put that, podcasting was something I wanted to do was because I wanted to create a platform to where people can have a voice. I've said this many times on my podcast whenever I have guests on, and they always ask, what made you want to do it? But I just wanted to create something that was going to, allow others to speak. Those who might not, you might not give a damn about what they have to say. You would listen to what they have to say and hear their story and be like, oh shit, maybe I can relate to that. It's pretty much what I wanted to do. It started out something just as small as, talking to coworkers, you know what I'm saying, at work, and they're like, you know what, you should create a podcast. And I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? But it ended up coming together for me, and it's just here. So that's pretty much how podcasting became something that I wanted to do. I just wanted to give a platform to people who didn't have a voice to say shit.
Who the fuck on? A part of me feels like I'm ready to be loved the way I'm supposed to be, but another part of me is like, nigga, you still got some work to do on recovery and and healing. Other things that's going on internally. And, it's just like the act of knowing yourself. Of course, there's fear. There's that fear of commitment. And the fear of commitment comes from the level of abandonment that I've dealt with in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was having a talk with, my homegirl Lauren, and we were talking, and she was like, commitment issues. I was like, yeah. And it's understandable because of my abandonment issues. You feel like somebody's going to leave you quite frequently. So you tend to do things that take your mind off of the act of love. And because, in order to love somebody, you have to trust somebody. And then that point, it gets removed. The act of being removed. It's just not even, you're all right being by yourself, But the act of being with somebody and then them leaving is like a reminder. It's a triggering feeling that comes. You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy, but it is part of the process. And I just want to learn from that process, if that makes sense. I want to be in a better state of mind where I'll get triggered, but I'll bounce back a little bit better than I have before. And there are some nice people out there, genuine people that actually just want you for your friendship and actually love you. And then there's some that masquerade like they want your friendship, but really they just want you, in a sense. Like, be it sex or be it they want to sponsor in a relationship, and or they very well could just want you for for a relationship. So it's like, once you've been through those different things and you've had people portray and tell you that they love you, and then when they don't get what they want, then they get upset. So it's like learning to protect yourself, and you protect yourself from that feeling of abandonment. So you reserve. You keep a lot of things reserved. But people are gonna be people. Nobody wants to be hurt. But how you know when someone's right for you? They complement your life. They don't become the focus of your life. They complement your life. It's a big ass difference. A lot of times I used to think that, like TV likes to condition us with that bullshit. You complete me. Jerry Maguire, you fucked us. You fucked us, society, with that, saying shit like, you complete me. No one's supposed to complete you. There'll only be a compliment to your fucking life. That is it. That's all they're gonna be. Is a compliment to your life. They should be, at least. Because if you're giving your happiness to me, I'm gonna fail you. I'm going to fucking fail you. Because I don't measure up to your expectations. This is in your mind. You're a dreamer. Okay? Everybody's a dreamer. And everybody has dreams. And in your dream, it doesn't look exactly like my dream. You know what I mean? So, somebody's right for you when they compliment your life, man. Like, again, they don't make you change who you are. You know what I'm saying? They might influence you, but they don't change who you are. They love you for you. Unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys gel. You guys got differences, but you're all right with that. You guys have issues. You guys don't have the same beliefs in maybe a religion or about God or atheist, whatever. But you guys love each other. And that's a love that I think we're all looking for. You know what I'm saying? Like, the love that it's not about being needed. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of people confuse. I know for sure, like me reading The Mastery of Love this week, that we as humans confuse love with being needed versus, that's like fear. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm not needed, then I don't feel love. That's a fear. It's not like a natural fucking love. Like, we either live in love or we're going to live in fear. There is no in between. So I would say that, like, knowing you found the one that's right for you, it's like, again, they complement your life, the things that you like to do, and you can be yourself around them, and they don't make you feel like you have to be somebody else. And it's a wonderful feeling when you find something like that. I hope everybody can find that in their life. It's hard though. It's definitely hard because all of us are just so different. We see things so differently. And I'm saying, like, I might like Pruckles on my chicken sandwich from Burger King, and then to you it's and then you might put, like, I don't know, mustard on a fish sandwich or some shit, like weird, you know what I'm saying, just different things. You might, again, like, one might be outgoing, the other person likes to stay inside, and there's just so many things that can come up with just trying to find the right person. But you just find that balance amongst each other. You don't complete each other. You know what I'm saying? You think you find a soulmate, that's a cellmate. When a narcissist and a codependent come together, and it's like they're unable to break up with each other. That's the hardest relationship to leave, a codependent being with a narcissist. And, you know what I'm saying? Like the narcissist likes the compliments. They like to make you feel small. And the codependent likes to put that person up on the pedestal. You know what I'm saying? And likes to give them compliments all the time. They're always very fucking forgiving. And they give more than what they receive. And there's a whole list of other things that you can educate yourself on with this idea. Ross Rosenberg is the author, is a psychiatrist, wrote the book The Human Magnet Syndrome. It's a really good read if you check that out. But we got to get away from saying that people complete us. And they need to. Can the alpha male find his place with an alpha female? Or what would the conflicts be? All right, this is my current knowledge on this shit and just the studies that I have and from my own experience and then just from learning from those that have done this before me. I don't necessarily feel like no. Alpha female and alpha male, no. I don't, somebody has to fold. You know what I'm saying? Now, and let's understand this too. Just because a person is an alpha at work doesn't mean they'll be an alpha at home. You know what I mean? Like a woman, for instance, like if she's in a position, CEO, it's hard to run a business being with a beta personality. You know what I'm saying? So it helps to be, to have like more of a dominant personality in order to ensure things run the way it needs to be run, because that's what you need. It's like a pack of wolves. They understand that there's like this one particular alpha that's in the pack that's going to make like the decisions to further elevate the group. Military, same thing. There's a general in the army, you know what I'm saying? Like there's an admiral in the Navy. There's what do we got? General in the Air Force and chief master sergeants and stuff like that. So, but at home, there has to be one. There's only one. There's only one alpha. That's what I feel. Like, I mean, some people, it might work for them. That's great. Cool. This isn't about right and wrong. This is my perspective on this shit. And I feel that it works a little bit better when there is one side, commonly the guy that is, that is being let's roll as the alpha in the household. It works better for both sides, honestly. Even just as a woman, because I don't feel like I'm not gonna speak for women, but just from experience of being around women that get upset when guys don't take the lead on shit. You don't like that shit. Like, I mean, you do it because you have to, but not because you want to. So guys, we have to learn to lead. But if you've never seen it, how you gonna do it? You gotta learn, you gotta read, you know what I'm saying? You gotta look up shit, research, figure out. Somebody's, just done this shit before us, you know what I'm saying? Anything you wanna know, we live in an internet age, so anything we want to know how to do, anything we wanna learn is on the fucking internet. I promise you that whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So there's no real excuse as to why you're not able to do something, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to cook. Books, shows, YouTube, Google, motherfucker, Bing, whatever you know what I'm saying, whatever your vice is, you know what I'm saying, but we got to learn how to lead and learn leadership, and then also understand compassionate listening, and being able to maintain masculine frame. But to have, for me, I feel like two alphas in the house, they're constantly doing this shit, and this is counterproductive to a healthy relationship. To me, don't get me wrong, arguing. There is a healthy form of argument. There certainly is a healthy form of argument. But if it gets to the point where every time we talk, there's an argument, then it's no longer me and you versus the problem. It's just me versus you. And we have to reverse that shit. We got to be able to listen to one another. No, don't dismiss each other. But alphas, an alpha male, an alpha female. I mean, if a guy wants to allow a woman to lead
just know you're going to have in the house. Just know you're going to have a very resentful individual at you, and you ask yourself, why the hell is she mad? You know what I'm saying? Because she wants your ass to fucking lead. She doesn't want to tell you to lead. You know what I'm saying? She won't have to tell you to lead. She wants you to already know how to do this shit. So works best in your favor if you learn how to do these things before you even engage in a relationship. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to come back from that. Because once a woman loses trust in your leadership, if she decides to stay, which I still think is bogus to me, like to stay in a relationship with somebody that you don't trust to lead. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, that level of distrust, that's not a healthy relationship, in my opinion. That's just me. You know, it's just me. I don't feel that you should stay in a relationship with someone that you do not trust. Like, if you feel like it's not going to get done unless I do it, then what are you really in? Is this more so about you, you know, like just trusting them, or are you not trusting yourself being alone? You know what I mean? Those things, little small shit, you know what I'm saying? Something that's for us to reflect on with the things that we do, as people, that is. All right, so, what do you feel is your identity? I feel like my identity is non-existent. Now, that's the end game, right? But let's go back to the beginning and what I thought my identity was. And it's crazy because my therapist, Megan, she's actually dope, here in Jacksonville. And, you know, she had me ask that question for the next session that we had, like, what is your identity from childhood to now? And I went through a lot of those identities that I thought who I was, you know what I'm saying? And what I aligned myself with. And a lot of times, you know, at one point in time, I considered myself to be like this nice guy, right? And when it comes to our identity, anything that we feel like we are, anything that goes against that, we will not do it. You know what I mean? Like if the situation arises for you to handle some shit, kind of like something a nice guy wouldn't do, you ain't gonna do that shit. And that poses as an issue a lot of times for some of us. And just aligning so what I'm saying is that I aligned myself with being this nice guy, right? So anything outside of being a nice guy, I wasn't gonna do it. I don't know if it's necessarily fear, or I think it's more fear of losing people and like losing that love what I thought I had was like attached to. It was like an attachment, not so much really love. But throughout my life, looking back, yeah, the nice guy shit, you know, the good boy, the charmer, the pickup artist, you know what I'm saying, the wannabe bad boy bullshit, all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of like what pain had put me into. Trauma, let's call it that. Trauma has sent me into various lanes that I thought that I aligned myself with that would make me feel better. And sometimes it did, depending on what was being done, that is. But in all seriousness, that trauma put me on a path that that was the point of no return. And with that, I found myself lost because I kept being something that wasn't necessarily essential with my soul, if that makes sense. You know, I was doing things outside of what my soul was to be. Rather, I was doing things for the ego. I was doing things to get a certain reaction from people, from women. You know what I mean? Like I really was lost trying to find, love and the sense of security or support system, and that identity crisis that I was going through, man. I forgot who I really did lose sight of who I was and what I stood for. I didn't even know what I stood for. I don't think I ever did. I think since I was a child, I was always just trying to fit in, right? So, I mean, I never had any solidarity to base myself on. You know, depending on, I was in survival mode, really. Just trying to survive, trying to make sure that I did not crumble, that I stayed afloat. And it's a very trying position to be in when you realize that you are not able to be, you know what I'm saying, like yourself. You're not comfortable being yourself or doing certain things for fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of not being loved. And that's how powerful love is. Love is so powerful, you'll do just about anything to get it. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, that's how crazy it is. Like, if you feel that desperate, you will do anything to find fucking love, to feel loved. You'll stay in a fucked up ass relationship. You'll stay at a fucked up ass job. You'll go visit your toxic ass family, even though they treat you like shit. You know what I'm saying? These are examples, you know what I mean? But like you'll wear certain clothes and shit just to fit in with people. And you don't even like the shit. You know what I'm saying? You'll watch certain shows that you listen to music that you don't even fucking like. Like, that's how crazy, that's how much love affects us as humans, man. And it's crazy that we'll do anything for something that we already fucking have. Like, love is just already there. And which brings me to the current point. So Eckhart Tolle has this book called The Power of Now, right? And he discusses the idea that you're attached to an identity is nothing but your ego trying to resurface. When you're in the present moment, you're being, and that's what we are. If you know, somebody asked me today, what's my identity is just being in the present moment, and like just living right there, responding in that present moment, whatever the moment dictates, that's what I am. I'm in the being, you know, I'm a human being, you know what I'm saying? So trying to make sure that I remain authentic as possible.
Do you believe that all is fair in love and war? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I do. Honestly, because it's pretty much my perception versus everybody else's perception of shit. You know, we get caught up in a lot of things where people live by a certain culture, you know what I'm saying? And then you have this perception, okay, this is what love is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel bad, like sometimes we'll come down on the woman that took this woman's man or took this woman's husband and shit like that. Let's be real. It's a lot of motherfuckers in relationships with individuals that they're not happy with, and they won't leave because of their image, their ego. They don't want people to look down upon them. Listen here, what we gotta learn to do is to speak truth, our truth, and not what, you know, someone else wants us to say, if you will. We're not living an authentic life if we're just saying shit to appease another person. I don't care if you're in a relationship. I don't care if you're married, whatever it is. You have to live an authentic life. As far as like, if you feel that you're in something that you don't want to be in. And I will say that I had to learn that the hard way. I spent 4 years with an individual I had no intentions on ever being in a relationship with. Which sounds crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? It sounds like, but people pleasing at a younger age bred me for that situation. It's not to say that we didn't enjoy each other's like time and stuff, but you know that feeling where it's like, yeah, I don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? But good guy, nice guy. I don't want to break her heart. You know what I'm saying? I've gone too far. I've got in too deep, so I just gotta stay with it. And I'm sure there's some men and women, people, let's just say that. Let's just say people that have put themselves in a position where they felt like they couldn't get out of it. Otherwise, people are gonna look down upon them. So worrying about how they fucking look. Who gives a fuck about how you look in that sense? You know, people's opinion. People are gonna have opinions whether you stay with the motherfucker or if you leave that motherfucker. So you might as well do what you fucking want to do as far as like living your life. You only get one motherfucking life, yo, as far as I know. We'll see what happens after we leave this motherfucker. But the fact that you only have one life, you should live it the way that you want to. Now, talking about love, I've talked about love. Let me touch on war a little bit. Yeah, when it comes to war, yeah, there's no honor with shit like that. You know, whatever it takes to win, whatever it motherfucking takes to win. You know, I mean, prime example, the Miami Heat. God damn it, fucking the three-headed monster, LeBron, Bosh, and Wade. You know, people feel some type of way about them playing. They were able to make a deal. They didn't do it illegally, you know. So I mean, is it moral? Is it morally right to put that many stars and that level of talent on one team? Maybe we should just manage our teams just a little bit better. However, I still, even me, like, I know I'm talking about like this whole situation where it's like all fair and love and, you know, love and war. And by that I mean strategy and shit, whether it's sports, war, you get what I'm saying. I just feel like teams need to manage their team. You know, they need to manage their shit better. But also I feel that, like, you know, it fucked up the course of the NBA. Like, it really did. It really did fuck up the course of the NBA. And it allowed teams to do that pile-up stuff. And the NBA is just off balance as far as, like, teams go. And it set an example for the players coming up that, oh, I don't want to jump around, you know what I'm saying? I want to create my own team. I want to be on a team, and then we just pile drive other weak ass teams that's poorly managed, you know, as far as that goes. But
I could never have enough of Italian food. So I got to see so many different things, met new people, just kind individuals, man, in life, and just seeing them blossom to change their, I would say, their attitude about life after befriending them and seeing them just grow each day, each week, and doing more for others and having a big fucking heart to just do for others, but ultimately learning to do for self. That is, that's the joy of living. And, each day is a separate life. It's just been great. 2022, I didn't really follow much take it back. The Super Bowl. Yeah, seeing Cincinnati damn near beat the Rams. It's just a great time. Actually going ice skating with my godson, and that was great to do. Seeing him go ice skating, it was just so much fun. It was for my god baby's birthday, and it was crazy. Is that my boy's girl? I didn't realize how well she could skate, and she kind of reminded me of a skill needed in order to skate well on the ice. And you gotta remember to keep your knees bent so that the skate, like you're looking back at it like, well, duh, right? But to remember that, and then it was just so much fun seeing all of us out there, the whole family, ice skating in Miami at that, an ice skating rink in Miami, but super chill.
I am attracted to women who operate in their feminine. Don't get me wrong, there are attractive women that I've met in my life, and then they display their masculine energy. So the thing is, from a long-term standpoint, that's not going to work, because over time, I'm going to have to accept my role as the feminine while she's operating in her masculine. We have to decide. You coming into this frame, lady, I got a frame that's built and made for you to operate in your fucking feminine, okay? In your feminine. You can operate in the feminine as I grab the titty. So I don't want you talking to me
like a bruh. Don't talk to me like no motherfucking bruh. I ain't for that shit. That's why I got bruhs. I got bruhs, you know what I'm saying? If you, like I said, like if you, let's say like you're, say you're a lesbian and you butch or something like that, you know what I mean? And we just talking, by all means, and that's you do that shit. But if you try to talk to me and you trying to be intimate, don't talk to me like Earl. No, don't talk to me like Larry. Don't talk to me like Greg. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me like, you know what I'm saying, Cynthia or LaToya, you know what I'm saying? Talk to me like a motherfucking lady. Talk to me like a woman. But I don't have no issues with a woman making the first move. I'm having fun with this.
Well, that was the best of Ask Rome YouTube series so far. That is, I hope you guys enjoyed those moments. I mean, I enjoyed recording all those moments for you guys and myself as well, because you know this is like therapy for me. And but you know, be sure to check out more content in the coming year. You know, 2024 from Ask Rome. You know what I mean. So obviously, have a safe holiday, happy New Year, and all that stuff. And I'll see y'all in 24.